Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we have an unboxing video for you. This is going to be a fun one. As you can see from those packages, neither one of these watches is from AliExpress. So we're going to have a fun double unboxing. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing my Kern CR8283. And Greg was wearing my Invicta 89280B. Grego said an instructor at the Jedi Academy was trying to explain how the dark side and the light side are two parts of the same force. He said a force is a force, of course, of course. Okay, we have two packages here. Always start with the lesser of the two. Of course, they always say less is more, so maybe the lesser is the better watch. I don't know. Actually, I've had this watch for almost a week, but since it came from Amazon, they're not always bugging me about whether or not they received it or not. They know darn well they received it because they take a picture when they drop it off. Let me put the knife away so I don't accidentally cut myself. All right, you see this box here. I know what it is. It's an Armitron. This is the first Armitron I've ever had on my channel. And here it is. It's one of these Armitron digital watches. One of those retro ones. It says BJ3407. It seemed to have some other nickname to it. When I admit it, I saw this on Jody's channel, and I thought, well, this is pretty cool. So I went to look at Amazon to see how much they cost, because he said they were about 60 bucks, but I found this one for 35 as the Amazon special. So I figured, why not? So let's take it out of the cardboard. And let's take the plastic off. And there he goes. It's ticking away. I went ahead and I got the gold one, because it just looked more retro than the steel one or chrome plated one. See, back in the old days when you had a watch like this, you couldn't just let it run all the time because it would drain your battery. So you had to have this little button here to press it to light it up. I just thought this would be fun. I'm old enough to remember when this type of watch first came out, and they were all the rage. So let's go ahead and throw it on the wrist, see what it looks like. I looked up the nickname of this watch, and it's called the Griffy. I just couldn't remember that when I unboxed it. And I was expecting to see the word Griffy to give me a reminder. But looking at the documentation and the watch, and if you look at the case back, there is no mention of the word Griffy. So I don't know if this one, since I got it from Amazon, is from a different region where they don't use the word Griffy. But I went to the Armitron website where they're selling the Griffy, and I see nowhere on the watch where it says Griffy. So I don't know if the watch you get will say Griffy or not. They do not have a screenshot of the back of the case. They did have an instruction manual I could download, and the model number, the BJ3407, matched. And there was nothing about the word Griffy on the documentation I could download. So I'm assuming this is the same watch, but I cannot guarantee it. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. Let's press the light. There it is. So, I don't know. I mean, it's fun. And I guess I only paid 35 bucks for it. But I'm glad I didn't pay more than $35. It feels a little cheap, a little flimsy, but we'll do the full review on it anyway. And yes, once again, I saw it on Just One More Watch with Jody and thought it looked kind of cool. But once again, I didn't pay no $60 for this. Alright, the next watch. In this case, I have a feeling less is not more. This is definitely going to be the better of the two watches. So let's go ahead. Once again, this didn't come from AliExpress either. I had reached out to the company that makes these watches and see if they would send me one for free with the deal that I would send it back, but they never got back to me. I know, I'm still kind of small time. I use Mark from Long Island Watch as a reference, but I don't know. Once again, they probably saw my subscriber count and said, never mind. So let's go ahead and give this an open. That just goes to show you, though, what a nice guy Mark is, because at the time I asked him for his first watch, I think I had like 60 subscribers, and he still let me have one. I mean, that's some serious nice guy. So once again, if you want to order a watch from Mark, that's always a good choice. I did order that one Phoebus from Mark, even though I could have got it probably cheaper than elsewhere. Alright, let's get it out of the paper. And here it is. It's an Aragon watch. Aragon was having a big clearance sale, so I decided to give them a try. Once again, tried to get one. I tried to get them to send me a review watch because I wasn't sure how easy it was going to be to sell this when I'm done. But for anyway, this watch cost me $99 plus tax and shipping, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. So here it is. So let's go ahead and take the plastic off. This is a big watch. They had the 45 millimeters on sale for $99, and if you got a 42, it cost a little bit more. And once again, I'm self-funded. Plus, I kind of like big watches anyway, because my wrist tends to be a little bit bigger than the average. I was kind of surprised by that. When I got into watches, I had no clue that my wrist was bigger than average, because I don't have the biggest arms in the world. I'm not a very strong person, so it kind of surprises me that there's a lot of people with smaller wrists than me, but that is true. So, man, once again, this is a substantial watch. I bet it's very heavy, because it doesn't have, it doesn't have any taper either. So, yeah, this is gonna weigh quite a bit. Alright, there we go. And it looks like we just have a pressed clasp, but once again, this is cost me $99. Looks like we got plastic on the dial. It's a nice looking watch. Always been a huge fan of blue watches. And this has the red second hand. It looks like it has a red border on the date window. And this one has the steel bezel. Bezel action's kind of stiff, but doesn't seem to have any back play. And it feels like a 120 clicker, but I'll count the clicks when I do the full review. I'm not going to count them now. It's definitely more than 60. And this has a NH35 in it. And it's got the date window. Of course, it looks like the rotor isn't decorated or anything. Not a huge fan of date windows on your plain NH35, but I can understand why they do it. So let's go ahead and throw this on the wrist and see what it looks like. So far I'm impressed. I mean, it's solid. You can't say that this is a flimsy watch, that's for sure. Here it is unsized, my 7.5 inch wrist. Looks like I can get 3 fingers in it, so I should be able to remove about 3 links to make it fit. It's a thick watch. It's chunky. It's got some weight to it. But it does have a nice big heavy bracelet, so I think that's going to help counterbalance the weight of the watch head. But yeah, this is a big watch. So if you don't like big watches, I don't know what to tell you about this one. But I like it. Looks like the Cyclops does a good job of magnifying the date. And I have not wound the watch and it's ticking away, so just moving it to size it means that the rotor is winding the watch good. Alright, well, thank you for watching my unboxing video, and I will be back with another review. Or I might be back with my surprise video. I got something really good coming up. Bye.